Welcome to Ali Goldsmith's Relationship Flow. Sorry we've been a little bit away from here, about a week or two delay, but we are here and it's Erev Chanukah. We are Erev Shabbos in the Holy Land in Jerusalem, and the best news of all, I'm with my wonderful wife, Teeny Pops, aka Masha Goldschmidt. How you doing? Okay, and yeah, this is Chanukah. Hanukkah just comes.
I feel like I have deja vu.
Yes, we're having deja vu. We've sat in a car park, had sushi break,
about the Chanukah,
in the middle of work, in a busy Yerushalayim. We're surrounded by craziness all around us, and it's been an amazing last few weeks, I personally have to say, especially now my voice just went funky. Is that funny? Funny. Okay, so what we want to hear is Chanukah. Chanukah is a special time for our home.
We got married.
It's our 21st anniversary. Mazel tov, Mummy.
Mazel tov.
Mazel tov, Masha.
21st. We
Mazel
still
tov.
think we're 21.
That we're united souls. We're one soul. We're one zivug.
Yeah.
It's an amazing achievement that we still feel that in a deep way, even though we have our ups and downs, like every couple.
Right.
That's part of the reality. I was listening to someone, and Joe Rogan actually, and he had a very intense person on his podcast, and Joe was saying in terms of the future of humanity that there's always going to be darkness and light, there's always going to be ups and downs, there's always going to be pain and happiness. And I was saying it's also to Alexander Clare today on the phone, there's always the pain is part of how we build the happiness, the joy. And Hanukkah is a time of turning darkness into light, turning our struggles into success, into fulfillment. And I think in marriage, the fact we got married the second night of Hanukkah, and we had our Sheva Brachas and climax with Zois Chanukah, this is Hanukkah, is a big deal. As always, your phone is vocal, thank God. And, I just want to say one very big thanks to my wife for putting up with me for these 21 years. It hasn't been easy, but it's also had its ups, it's had its downs, but we love each other.
Yep.
And we're staying married forever. And even if we sometimes want to beat each other up, or kinds of things that go on. How do you feel about Chanukah, marriage? Because I just put out my United Souls part 20, extract 24, and it's all about the united relationship of flow and how that's so alive in our generation. It's the key to everything, the soul level, especially in relationships nowadays, and being able to tune into that soul level is what's kept our marriage.
I think of trying to, that's what I was going to say.
And Hanukkah's an increase in the light, increase in the soul level.
It's easy to get caught up with Hanukkah trying to make it like Xmas.
Yeah.
And, all the
presents,
going on holiday and all the more superficial material things. And I'm not saying that it's all important. That's the time of year that one chooses. That's their family time, and that's time that they give special things to their kids and stuff. But it is a very, very special time. All the times are special, and it's important to tap into those times. Also teach your family to tap into those times, and also as a couple, if you don't have kids, or within yourself, just to tap into the time, and that's like important with relationships and everything. Well, just tap into the soul level of things, and I think for me that's also kind of like trying to find that balance of figuring out the spiritual side of things, but also it is important sometimes for it to be manifested. The fact that we light a menorah, it's a very spiritual concept and idea, but it's a physical thing, a menorah and the light and everything. So
but that really is what the true secret of creation is,
getting that balance of the physical and
turning
the
physical
spiritual
into spiritual. We're not running away from physicality. We're not getting Hanukkah doesn't mean we disappear into some ashram lahavdil or some high mountain far away. Hanukkah in the Jewish world and the spiritual world is to come into your home and eat donuts and have latkes and be in a normal day of work and be busy, even though you get a bit more longer prayer service in the morning for the men, and for the women they're saying maybe more like prayers by the menorah and the Hanukkah lighting, the Psalms, the Tehillim, and it's a very spiritual moment, and it's on a time of will, so your prayers are heard more. But at the same time, you know, you're in the world, you're busy doing stuff.
It's like one of these like kind of battles that I have constantly, I guess not just with Chanukah, but in general with mitzvahs and stuff, because like, you know, the one hand everything's like hevel avalim, you know, and then on the other hand
hevel avalim means like it's empty, like not like
it's like empty. There's not. It's like, you know.
There's no point making too much deal out of physicality.
But then at the same time, it's really important. It's really important. I like, you know, I like the things of Olam Hazeh, you know, of this world.
And that's a healthy to
so
have.
It's like just figuring out, like,
we're not meant to hate this world because Hashem made the world.
You know, just figuring out that balance.
I think it's something we've always struggled as a couple.
Yeah, it's because I'm, you know, I'm very quite like 50-50, you know, and then I guess that my mind, for example, like thinking of, should I make the house like a bit more festive for Chanukah, like little things put around, and then I'm like, oh, is there a point, like, and then it's like that battle, like, of
just having all the menorahs set up.
What do you do?
Having the donuts. Like, there's all these little things that we do.
Creating the
we spoke about
atmosphere
that
and the energy, because it's easy for us just to say,
what was the word to use for setting up your life? Or
stage your life for living. And so sometimes, like, you need to, you know, set the seed and stage the scene, whatever, set up the props, and because then
the dreidel,
even if it might seem like contrived, but it creates something. It creates a special energy.
Shabbos we do every week with the white tablecloth and candles and dressing up a little bit, cleaning up a little bit, nicer food, using nicer cutlery. We do it.
I think I'm just really, really tired right now.
So
it's like trying to figure out, like, when you're at a time of your life when you just feel very, very drained.
So you have to choose more carefully.
It's calculating.
Be more effective.
Be intentional with what
energy and time you do have, and not just
what's the priority, but, you know, still make it good. I think that's where I'm at right now. So I do love Chanukah. I think it's a special time.
Well, I think having the will, the want to all those things is also the key, because wanting good things, wanting to have a home that represents the time we're in and brings out the best of us, and wanting all those things, not always being able to do it, but just wanting it means something.
Because I remember previous years where I've like wanted to do everything like perfect and have, you know, a different theme for each day and different things I make and different things to set up, and it just didn't work. It didn't work, and I because I was so focused, my time, my energy on making this like perfect situation, but it's like I've learned that just also looking what's in front of me, who's in front of you,
reality,
and where you're at, and how to make it, you know,
meaningful with that,
within that, and that usually.
So like might be just talking to your son who just come back from the army, for example, and spending time with him, or the other son who's coming home from yeshiva, or the other daughter who just got back from work and needs to talk out her day because she's still going to be working Chanukah. That might be the activity that's bringing the light of Chanukah into her life and your life the most. And the same with our relationship. Sometimes to not, like, you know, force a Hanukkah party, rather actually spend the night, which I think we've been very good at, just you and me, and chilling together, not having to always, you know, go out to every event. And especially there's a lot of concerts and events that are going on right now the last week.
I think it's important to keep focused, and
you could be running around every night to another event,
looking what's everyone else is doing, what's going on, all the different
my rule has been, if someone's not inviting me and needing me there, I'm not going to go, even if it's advertised and it looks interesting, unless it's something.
You used to do that so much as well.
But now it's about, like, my Rebbe made a tish. I didn't go because I wasn't invited personally. If you phoned me up and said, Eli, Rebbe Laser, we need you there, like, you make, like, someone did just message me for tonight.
Well, you never know.
So then I will go. But I'm just saying, it's a good rule. It's a good rule for people nowadays, because otherwise they could just be avoiding their relationship and their family, you know, and that's something which is can be an issue nowadays, you know. And the relationship is the key. Like the intimacy that we get by the menorah, it's the Kohen Gadol lighting in the most intimate place, in the base of Mikdash. You're bringing that light of intimacy into your home, and marriage is intimacy, and it's all intimacy based realities. That you need to have the space and the time and the focus, and
you have to be a vessel for it. For everything,
for the light,
spiritual and for the material.
Agreed.
If
it was a good idea.
Constantly running around to everyone else and everything else, then you have to listen to your inner voice as well.
It was a good idea what you did today, because you came in to meet some friends, and then you said to me, okay, let's get some sushi, out of nowhere. We didn't think we were going to see each other today even.
Yeah.
So now we're going to do this episode, and we're getting to have that chill and eat, and hopefully get a nice drink in a minute. And these are all building the kalim, the vessels for the rest of the day, and then leading into Shabbos, rather than just running around thinking you need to do all these things you don't need to do, or going to some fancy place and wasting money you don't need to waste. Like that fruit drink you got the other day, I really enjoyed that. I know you had your challenge there because they touched or whatever, but the experience of just sitting there relaxed in a Miller and just having a drink. Or the other day we went and had what was it? We went and had lunch out of nowhere. We had some salads, and were really nice. And then we bumped into Gad Elbaz, and it was, it got a hug, got some love, and it was a pre-show that my artists were going to be on. And I've been talking a lot about dedicating time, and I know that I'm really trying, even if I'm not always getting it right, not living up to really the emotional needs that you might have, but I'm trying.
You're definitely trying to
dedicate a lot of time, and
I do appreciate that you're dedicating the time.
It's just learning how to dedicate it right. That's where I need to work on. And I think
otherwise you end up wasting so much time.
Well, I don't know if I'm wasting that much. I don't feel like I'm wasting, because that's part of my journey to work on it. And men to really tune into the female needs of his wife is something which is very long and learn. It's not something which is a quick and easy get married and you just suddenly tune into your wife's needs for the rest of marriage. Everyone I listen to is online is saying how it's an endless struggle.
Yeah, no, it's all the things you do are typical man things.
And it's an endless struggle to get it right, because a man's going to always be distracted by other things and want to talk about and tune into the more other sides of the relationship, not the more emotional and deep, connecting stuff. That's once in a while, but not all the time. A woman needs that a lot, and for a man that can be challenging. So just learning to accept the realities of who we are and working on it. And I think this Chanukah is an opportunity for us to celebrate the accomplishment of marriage nowadays.
Yeah,
what it
21
means.
years is a big deal.
Especially now, 2022, when there's so much disruption against marriage
it's
and relationships.
It's very easy to find reasons not to stay married. Obviously, I'm not talking about any abusive stuff and all that, personality disorders or different things, but I'm talking just on general, like the regular struggles and differences. And as you said, if one doesn't focus on the soul level of yourselves, of your relationship, then it's just easy just to get sidetracked with all the difficulties and differences.
Agreed.
There's going to be differences.
And it says that
that's what keeps us together.
Two different nations, the man and woman, and not like they were just signed in nowadays in America. There's no genders anymore. There's just this big mess of genders. They're trying to eliminate, even a dictionary. They're trying to get rid of a definition of what a woman is. And we have to remember there is differences, and these are real physical, emotional, spiritual, deeply ingrained in creation differences.
There can be more masculine women and more feminine
men. Oh, for sure. There's all kinds of overlaps. We're not going to say there isn't.
But it doesn't change. Yeah, it doesn't change.
Even then the more a womanly man needs to be real about that.
And can be with a more manly woman.
Manly woman needs to be real about that. But the point is that you need to be real about those differences and not deny them. That's where the world's confused.
Being a womanly
man,
it doesn't mean that therefore you're a man or that you need to change your gender, but that's a whole different topic.
Yeah, it's a different topic.
But talk about that.
Yeah, but the point is that it's
very, very sensitive.
It's sensitive, but the accomplishment of marriage as a
we're just happy
man
with
and woman.
The traditional values, family values. It's just how we are.
I just think that's where the most work is.
That is why I feel that's why marriage has worked. Because I'm not trying to also be a man. I think a woman also needs to have what she enjoys, what she likes to do and stuff, but not because she needs to. you figure out your flow with each other.
Yeah.
I think the traditional values of husband and wife are
Yeah, and also updating them with what
definitely
the challenges of our time are.
exactly, and looking at each person.
You know,
and
the
what
world's
your
been very much
qualities are.
sexualized, so you can't deny that reality. So you have to like work with that, you know,
Yeah, definitely.
and use it as a strength and a power rather than make it attack the relationship. You know, the sexual side of the relationship can
Why are you
energize
talking about that now?
because it's just important. It's a power that exists, and
Well, something that's
Yeah.
is important is
once
that
again, it's the intimate
women
side.
are easy to kind of
Yeah,
blame men or find issue
Yeah.
with men, but a woman also has to look at herself in the relationship and make sure she's also doing the right thing as a woman for her husband.
yeah.
I mean, it's
Works
at the end
both
of the day,
ways.
it's
Together.
all one, and
And what makes it so beautiful is you become one. That's the experience.
Anyway, that's a whole different topic.
Okay. Happy Chanukah. We'll get to that another time. I think we've done it once or twice before, so you can listen to previous episodes. Share your relationship flow. Enjoy the light. Enjoy the soul. And happy anniversary. Adme Versum until 120 years.
Yay.
Bye.